Brand new morning in New Zealand. I'm starting Lent now. It is Ash Wednesday here. It is still Fat Tuesday in the States. It's Ash Wednesday here. So I'm alone in the house today. The baby and my son and daughter are out. So it's a good time to reflect and start on Lent. I've got my, I always give up something quite little because I find if you gung-ho go in and try to do too much unless you have a calling to that, myself, it discourages me, and it becomes all about the penance instead of about growing closer to God. So I have that, and I'm adding some reading in, and I think I'm going to try, as long as my foot holds up, to add in a short walk just to appreciate the glorious world God made. I'll do it here when I get home. I'll be back in the everyday, and when you're in the everyday and you're used to things, you miss all the things around you. I'm sorry, I'm still having trouble looking in the camera on this iPad. So I think I'm going to do that. Just live in the moment. What would be called contemplation, which isn't going, it's contemplation is you're living in the moment, not necessarily with words, and you're appreciating the existence around you of God's creation, and you're becoming aware of the presence of God in you. God is a real person or persons with personality, very distinct personality, and you're walking with him in all that wonder, and that is just, that's my goal, and I'm recording this mostly to keep myself on track. We also have, for Lent, we're going to say prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. I'm going to try to add either a morning or evening prayer, Liturgy of the Hours it's called. It's just a reading from some of the Psalms, which are so beautiful. And going to try to add that. And I really don't want to forget, it's easy to give up, candy. When I was a kid, you'd give up candy for Lent. And then you keep thinking every time you pass a kid, I gave that up for Lent. And that, to me, is sort of, a little bit of that, to be reminded, okay, I'm giving something up. That's fine. But I want to, the purpose of Lent is to, with God, mortify yourself, mortify your senses, but to do that, not to be miserable, but to walk in joy with God, to be detached of the things you think are so important, that are things, and to grow closer to God. And that doesn't mean abandoning the things, because the things can be perfectly good. It's just if they get out of perspective. So Lent, we walk with God, we walk in prayer and mortification and joy. See, mortification has a connotation out in, with most people of being, you should be mortified. And that's not what it means in this context. It means something else. So it's something to free yourself and to put things back in perspective, into God's perspective. And that's all humility is. Humility is truth. They're synonyms. It's just seeing things realistically, which isn't bad at all. It's good, it's wonderful, and it's freeing. So that's my goal. That is my goal for Lent. And I say this in the beginning of Ash Wednesday, and we'll see by Sunday how good I'm doing. But again, it's not about doing good. It's progress, not perfection. And it's not even progress, it's abandonment to God's care. And when you do that, progress happens. So, all right, we'll see how we do.